Programming in C++. Name of Unit 1 is Principles of Object-Oriented Programming. The name of topics are Object-Oriented Programming Features, Applications, and the data types used in C++. Objective of today's video are Applications of Object-Oriented Programming, Features of Object-Oriented Programming, Structures of C++ Program, Applications of C++, Data Types in C++. Applications of Object-Oriented Programming. So it is used in a real-time systems. It is used in simulations and modeling. It is used in object-oriented databases. It is also used in hypertext, hypermedia, and expertext. It is also used to create a program in artificial intelligence and expert systems. It is also used in a neural networks and parallel programming. It is used in a decision support and office automation system. It is also used in CIM, CAN, CAD systems. Features of Object-Oriented Programming. Object-Oriented Programming emphasizes on data rather than the procedure. So basically, it concentrates on the data. So programs are divided into the objects. Data structures are designed such that they characterize the object. That means for each object they can define the different categories. Functions that operates on the data of an object are tied together in a data structure. Means functions and data both are bind together. Data is hidden and can't be accessed by external functions. So other functions cannot access the hidden data. In object-oriented programming, objects may communicate with each other through functions. New data and functions can be easily added whenever it's necessary. So it is very easy to add new data or new functions in any class as per the requirement. Structure of C++ program. So first is the include files. So it is used to access the library functions which are defined inside the header file, such as iostream.h, conio.h, stdlib.h. So whatever functions we want to use, we must have to access the header file of that particular library functions. So in this include file portion, that means in this first portion, we have to include the header files of that particular library function. After that, the class declaration. In the second portion, class declaration, it contains the declaration of class. Class contains the data members and member functions. After that, member function definition. So whatever class are declared in the class, that class are defined in a member functions definitions. Okay. So we can write the definitions of the member functions which are declared inside the class declaration. And last one is a main function program. It is a function from where the execution of C++ program is start. So in C++, by default, the return type of the main function is integer. So basically, all these four parts of the C++ structures are the mandatory parts of the program. First, we have to include the file. After that, declare the class. After that, define the functions whatever declared in that particular class, and the main function. These all things are the mandatory for the C++ program. Applications of C++. It is used to develop a personal software, database system, enterprise system, parallel and distributed computing. It is also used in artificial intelligence and neural networking. C++ is also used to create a web technologies. Data types in C++. So data type means a variable in which we are going to declare it. So basically data type, there are three types of data types are used in C++. Primary data types, it is also known as a basic data types, derived data type and user defined data type. So first data types are the basic data types or the primary data types used in C++. So C++ offered us a different data types which are the inbuilt and which are used to define a basic types in C++. If you want to define a boolean, then using bool keyword you can declare the boolean data type. If you want to define any character, then using char keyword you can declare that character data type. If you want to declare integer, then using int is a keyword used in C++ to declare integer data type. Float is a keyword to declare the floating point variables. Double is a keyword to declare a double floating point variables. If you want to declare any valueless data type, then void keyword is used, and for the void character wchar_t is used. Now these basic data types can be modified using one or more modifier like sign, unsigned, short and long. So before int you can write sign int, unsigned int. Okay. Sign integer contain both the positive and negative number, whereas unsigned integer contain only positive numbers. Same way, short and long are also the modifier which you can write before any basic data type. Second types of data types are user-defined data types. There are basically 4 user-defined data types are there in C++. So first is a type def, definition of your own type. C++ allows us to define our own types based on other existing data types. In order to do that, we shall use a keyword type def. The syntax for that particular type def is keyword type def space existing data type space new data type. For example, type def character C. One more example, type def float number. Okay, here when we are going to declare type def character C, then using this C name we can define the another characters. For example, below this we can write C space A, B, C. Then A, B and C are defined as a character. Okay. So what is basically C? That C is a new type name which is of data type character. This character must be an existing type. Now using this C, we are able to declare more variables. So C is equal to C space A, B, D. Then A, B and D are declared as a character data type. Union. Union allows a portion of memory to be accessed as different data types since all of them are in fact the same location in the memory. How to declare a union? Then using the union keyword, union char. Here in the union char there are two members, one is of float data type and one is of the integer data type. Then for float 4 bytes are required, for integer 2 bytes are required. So the maximum size is required by this float variable, rate of interest. So the total size of this union char is 4 bytes, and at a time it is able to store only a single data out of this rate of interest or price. Now the third user defined data type is enumeration data type. It is declared with the keyword enum. Enumeration type is probably the simplest user defined data type, and enumeration helps to create a data type whose value can be one from a set of values called enumerated. For example, enum class color red, blue, green. Here this color is created as a new data type. And last, user defined data type is a class. Class contains the declaration of data members and member functions. Here box is a name of class. It creates some private member as a data members and some functions as a public. So class contains basically a combination of members and functions, data members and functions. Now the third type of data types in C++ are the derived data type. There are basically 4 derived data types used in C++. First is an array. An array is a collection of elements of the same type placed in a continuous memory locations specified by some particular index. So array index starts from always 0. Second derived data type is a pointer. So pointer is a one type of variable whose value is who store the value of another variable. Third is a function. A function is a block of code which only runs when it is called. And a function is a block of code. Basically, it is used to perform some specific task. And when the function is called, at that time only it compiler moves towards that particular block of code. Reference. A reference variable is an alias, that is another name for an already existing variable. So for the existing variable, if you are going to give one another variable name which refer to the previous one, then using the reference keyword you are able to write or you are able to refer the previous variable. So basically there are three types of data types in C++: basic data types, user defined data types, and derived data types. Thank you.